The Georgia Tech tonight.
Critical 77 seconds ahead for the Demon Deacons, and St. John's wins by 27 at the Paul. That should help them in the neck tomorrow.
And it's not even over yet. Still 23 seconds to continue to pad that for the Red Storm. What an unbelievable offensive effort. And it is over. 104-7.
Good job.
John's not going to be corrected live on air like that.
Yeah.
Well, when the graphic says it, you know,
Nice
we're
jacket.
moments away from tip-off of San Diego State and UNLV. Hey, John, UNLV is looking to make it 5 straight wins. They've had a really nice late-season surge before they host the Mountain West Tournament next week.
Yeah, UNLV is very, very capable, Brent. Obviously, if you're taking a look at the running Rebels and thinking about them for March Madness, Didon Thomas, obviously the head of the snake for this basketball team. But the resume is there for UNLV in terms of their credibility and in terms of what they're capable of. A sweep of New Mexico, a win at Boise State, a win over Creighton on a neutral court. This is a team, again, that has high major experience. Keelan Boone and Caleb Boone previously played at Oklahoma State. There's a lot of good pieces to work with. I mentioned Didon Thomas. Luis Rodriguez also played at Ole Miss earlier in his career. There are answers for UNLV. And will those answers be the questions that hopes of bid stealers will be putting to the test on championship week? This is March.
And so Rothstein retee. He tees himself back up in the middle. Do you have time for a comment?
You tell me.
All right, take 10 seconds.
I think there's 7 different teams that can win the Mountain West Conference tournament. 2 of them are about to play right here on CBS Sports Network.
See, that is not. That's perfect.
Succinct.
Roy,
Succinct.
you're just setting screens out here, going up and down the floor.
Sorry
Enjoy
about
the game.
Steph Curry comment.
See you at halftime.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Ooh, yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos!
That means panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None, yeah, none feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. Only on Verizon.
As the head of HR, I help lead a successful home security firm. Our teams work hard to secure our customers' most valuable assets. And while they do that, I work hard to secure ours. Our people. That's why we chose Principal, to provide the benefits and retirement plan that show our people just how much we appreciate them. Benefits help us keep top talent.
Hi, Mom.
Benefits help us grow, because we know how important security is to all.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I'm finally feeling control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Sleep Number does that.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that.
94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, the Queen Sleep Number C4 smart bed is only $15.99. Save $300. Shop now at sleepnumber.com.
Highs of a Vegas night, combined with the strength of San Diego State forward Jaden Ledee, plus the smarts of UNLV's Didon Thomas, equals a fun time on CBS Sports Network. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal. Down the road from the Strip, here in Las Vegas, 21st ranked San Diego State hits the road to take on UNLV. Here's the Mountain West standings. These teams, same conference record, and 1 game back of first in the final week of the conference. Along with former UCF guard Mike O'Donnell, I'm Chris Lewis. Super matchup on this Super Tuesday, and the early returns weren't great for UNLV. It's a team that started conference play 2-4, Since then, they're the hottest team in the league, winning 9 of 10.
And they've been doing it on the offensive end, playing great post defense as well. This is one of the most physical games of the day. I expect this to be won in the trenches.
On the San Diego State side, more of the same, 20-plus wins, great defense, and an All-American candidate, this time Jaden LeDee. Mike, what makes him so special?
He gets my vote for All-American. There's no question about it. Jaden LeDee, first and foremost, he's an absolute tank on the interior. He has the body of an NFL linebacker, but he's unbelievably mobile on both ends of the floor, can switch multiple positions defensively, fantastic screener and roller, a big-time finisher on the rim, and has one of the best mid-range jump shots in the Mountain West. For UNLV, you're looking at the future of Mountain West basketball. Didon Thomas will be in the running for Freshman of the Year in the Mountain West. There isn't a play he can't make on the floor. He looks like a freshman, but plays like a senior. Do not try to play the odds against Didon Thomas. The house will win in one-on-one matchups. He's legit.
Tends to do that here in Vegas. San Diego State has won their last 6 over UNLV. The Rebels hoping for a different tune on senior night. The action is next.
UEFA Europa League knockout stage on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+.
You were made for this. A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed. Ready to swarm. Ready to sting. Ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
Refill? Help yourself, man. Dude, dog food in the fridge?
It's not dog food. It's Fresh Pet. Real meat, real veggies.
Real weird.
He was bad luck anyway.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
When you need your sports news anywhere, anytime you want them.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
UNLV hosting San Diego State. Mountain West has been loaded with high-profile matchups throughout the season. This, another one in Vegas. Starting lineups on each side. San Diego State, Jay Powell in the starting lineup for his 5th straight game, providing more of a defensive presence in the starting 5. UNLV, we mentioned Didon Thomas earlier on. He's joined by the Boone twins. Interior Boone, Caleb Boone. Keelan, a little inside-outside game here on the senior night for UNLV. Kevin Kruger. This is his best 10-game stretch in Mountain West play in his 3 years. UNLV has won 9 of their last 10. Brian Dutcher, 21-plus wins in each of his 7 seasons as San Diego State's head coach. So you have San Diego State, they're coming into this game ranked number 21. Jerry Palm currently has them as a 3 seed. UNLV, though, again, the hottest team in a conference that has a lot of other teams being talked about as NCAA tournament teams. UNLV is the squad that's won 9 of 10.
What's interesting about this UNLV team is they play much different than they did last season. Last season, they were top 70 in the country in tempo. This season, they're 302nd. They slow it down, play physical and gritty, in the interior. Honestly, Chris, these are two very evenly matched teams that play in a lot of similar ways. This is going to be a physical and gritty matchup.
Could be a rock fight with two teams that pride themselves on defense. Second meeting between these teams this season. San Diego State took the first at Viejas Arena. That one really wasn't close from the beginning. Aztecs took an early 15-point lead, didn't look back. Viejas Arena was where the first meeting was, but they called this building, San Diego State side, Viejas North. They've had a lot of success, whether it's the regular season or the conference tournament, here at the Thomas & Mack. Boone against Ledee, and San Diego State wins the tip underway. The officials, Mike Reed, Randy Richardson, Mike Littlewood. Of course, the clock did not start, so the whiteout crowd at the Thomas & Mack Center has to wait a little bit to see some action.
Love the energy in this place, though. There were fireworks right before tip. How cool was that? Only in Vegas, right?
Got to put on a show.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Well, San Diego State, they're coming off of the weekend bye. Their last game was a week ago. San Jose State played them close at Viejas. It was a 4-point game with about 4 minutes left. San Diego State did enough to win it by 8. Clock moving. We're good to go. And Darrion Trammell off the screen. Here's Jaden Ledee, the All-American candidate. Mid-range jumper, a line drive short, and the leading rebounder for UNLV is a guard. Luis Rodriguez tallies his first.
It's a good matchup right here. Didon Thomas versus Darrion Trammell. Different styles, but both highly intelligent point guards.
UNLV has gone to their big lineup now the last 11 games, starting Rob Whaley Jr. Started with the injury to Justin Webster. You'll see him in off the bench in this game. Rodriguez gets the O-board, lefty scoop, no, and Powell secures the rebound.
So much of what San Diego State is going to do is they're going to try to go into the interior as much as they can. They love going into the post-up off of the ball screen.
And Butler takes the long two off the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds, belongs to UNLV. So these two teams both known for their defense.
Back-to-back possessions for UNLV where they forced mid-range jumpers. So 2 good looks defensively for the running Rebels so far to start this game. So much focus goes on Ledee and his ability to try to kind of keep him away from the rim as much as possible.
It's almost a pick your poison with Ledee because he is so effective with that mid-range jumper, but you don't want him anywhere near the basket.
No question about it. He prefers to be around the rim. He's one of the best finishers in the country, not just the Mountain West. Better to have him as far away as possible.
Keelan Boone way off. Darrion Trammell, who did not score in the game against San Jose State last time out. He has 2 scoreless games this season, both against the Spartans. A lot of bodies surrounding Ledee. Hits the floor for the first of what will likely be many times. Whistle and a jump ball. The arrow gives it to UNLV.
Looked like a lot of contact there on Ledee. That could have easily been called a foul because Ledee, even though they didn't quite have full possession, watch his left arm gets hit.
Now, Mike, I feel like a lot of the conversation surrounding San Diego State games begins with how do you officiate the action surrounding Ledee?
There's a little bit of how do you officiate Shaq when he was playing. He's so big, he's so strong. Ledee looks like a linebacker. And he sometimes plays like a linebacker, too, where defenders will just bounce right off him. And so that's the natural human element of the game is Ledee is ref differently than most players in college basketball because he doesn't flop, and players just have a tendency to bounce right off him.
Yeah, which fouls do you call? Which ones you let go? He leaves the Mountain West and free throws attempted. Lamont Butler off the curl. Shot clock down to 10. Micah Parrish launches. Didon Thomas gets the rebound. Freshman who just turned 18 years old, reclassified It could be the freshman of the year in the Mountain West. Triggers and hits.
It's the next evolution of his game. He's a good three-point shooter, but not a great one. He's at 36% from three. If he gets close to 40%, I'm not sure there's a point guard in the country that's going to be able to slow him down.
You hear the term three-level scorer a lot?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. He could shoot it from three, mid-range and floater. Very crafty finisher.
Ledee loses the handle, regathers. Big hop step, and there's the foul. With Caleb Boone guilty of his first.
This is where Ledee is good. He loses the handle just briefly. Usually has a pretty good handle, and then he's straight to the rim. And this is Didon Thomas, throws it in the post. Immediate recognition by Boone to kick it back out on the same side double. You can see his form, Chris. It's fluid, it's really good, and it has a chance to be an elite three-point shooter because of his backspin, his balance, and his rhythm.
Ledee at the free throw line, 74%. Spends a lot of time there, and his free throw percentage up. San Diego State is a deep team, and they'll sub a lot with Brian Dutcher. Reese Waters, who started a lot of games this year, 23 in fact. He checks in, as well as Elijah Saunders. That's the numbers for Jaden Ledee.
Certainly Ledee is an All-American candidate, top 20 in the country in scoring. And when he's really good at drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line.
Missed both, but the Aztecs get the rebound. Caleb Boone knocks it away on the driving Lamont Butler, and it belongs to UNLV.
UNLV is second in the Mountain West in blocks. Top 50 in the country. They're big, they're long, they're athletic, and they play hard without fouling.
That both Boone brothers had 4 blocks in the win against San Jose State over the weekend.
A three-quarter court press for San Diego State, just slowing UNLV down enough. You look up at the clock, they don't even get to start their offense until 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Thomas is comfortable. Late shot clock calls for the screen, or at least the high post from Whaley. Kick to the corner, but a heel out of bounds right in front of the San Diego State bench. It's a UNLV turnover. Second of the game.
And Thomas was talking to Whaley on that possession. Whaley was open, should have shot it. And Thomas, the freshman, looks over at Whaley, the junior, and says, hey, you got to shoot that. Shoot that. That's part of the leadership that kind of goes unnoticed from Thomas. He is wise beyond his years.
It is crazy. A lot of experience around him, but the team and the coaches trust the freshman with the ball in his hands in the key moments. He usually makes the right decisions. Butler bricks it. Another rebound gobbled up by Caleb Boone.
Well, we expected this to be a low-scoring game. We were talking before the game and said, look, this is going to be physical. This is going to be a game that's going to be in the paint mostly.
And Boone for 3. Great start for UNLV, up 6-0. Slow starts have been a story for San Diego State as of late. They trailed after the opening 5 minutes in 8 of their last 9 games. And that one's off the hip of Reese Waters. Second San Diego State turnover. UNLV, great start.
Try to tell you, Didon Thomas, drive, kick for 3. That is bread and butter for UNLV. They're up 6.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase Ink card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card. Make more of what's yours.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away, so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles.
Indoorsy Tina loves a deluxe suite.
Ooh. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Hey, Dad, I got an A in my book report.
That's cool.
And I went for a walk in the woods, and I didn't get a single flea or tick on me.
You are just the best.
Right? I'm great.
You are great.
This flea and tick season, get 20% off your first pharmacy order at Chewy.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. By AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
The lights have been on UNLV over the last month. They've handled it. Off to a good start here at home. They've won 9 of their last 10. We take a look at their NCAA tournament resume. Not necessarily in the discussion for an at-large, but Mike, it's one of the wildest resumes in college basketball.
If you're on the outside looking in, it's one of the scariest teams you'd want to face in the Mountain West tournament. They are playing at an elite level, and it is a very strange resume. They have 4 Quad 1 wins. That's more than New Mexico and Utah State, who are both projected as at-large bids in the NCAA tournament. But they have 3 Quad 4 losses, including a loss to Southern, Loyola Marymount. It is a strange resume, but they weren't healthy for most of the first 5 or 6 games of the season.
San Diego State gets a steal right off the inbounds out of the timeout. But to your point, Mike, UNLV is the only team in the top 100 of the net with 3 Quad 4 losses. It's so unique. Ledee hits the ground. There is a foul.
Ledee posting up and then just bringing them down. And they're going to talk this over briefly, yeah, and look at it.
And Luis Rodriguez pulling down Jaden Ledee.
You have to use every ounce of your strength for that to happen, for someone to pull down Jaden Ledee. To watch Jaden Ledee's right arm. Does he hook him a little bit? Yeah. Ledee actually hooks him just enough. There's a late switch as Whaley helps on the drive.
See the potential hook and hold.
It's so hard to referee Jaden Ledee. He's an absolute tank on both ends of the floor. You have to throw multiple players at him.
Getting the explanation, Randy Richardson coming over.
So it's been upgraded to a flagrant 1, and that means Ledee gets 2 shots. It's one of the things I actually think it's a really smart play by Ledee. I think he hooked him enough to where he helped himself falling down, but not enough to where it was egregious on his part.
I mean, wherever he is on the court, there's a lot of attention around it. So a flagrant 1 on Luis Rodriguez, and Ledee, after missing his first couple of free throws, gets San Diego State on the board, taking about 5 minutes.
Jaden Ledee is 7th in the nation in fouls drawn per 40 minutes. He draws almost 8 fouls a game. You never see him complain. You never see him asked to come out of the game. Coach Dutcher I asked him about it. He kind of just shakes his head and laughs. He goes, "You think Jaden Ledee wants to come out of the basketball game?"
Brian Dutcher said after the win against San Jose State, after a slow start, erupted in the second half, scored 21 points. That was all-American type stuff.
Yep.
Off the San Diego State turnover. Rob Whaley Jr. making his 11th start of the season. Thomas yo-yos, gets Ledee on a switch. Step back from the elbow is shorts. Feeling good underneath, bends it in, sticks it right back.
Keep an eye out for that action. If UNLV looks to get Ledee switched on to Thomas and the shot goes up, that means Ledee is not around the rim for a rebound.
Taking advantage of the offensive glass. San Diego State still looking for their first field goal. They're 0 for 7. Trammell finds Saunders. For 3 off the back of the rim. Ledee fights, but it's off the body of the Aztec forward. Now UNLV over the last 10, we've mentioned their record, how they've done it, the defensive side.
Yeah, look, number 1 in opponents' points per game. They're only giving up 61 points per game. If you shoot over 40% against UNLV, you are completely lucky because they have been locked down. That previous possession was a great example of how locked in defensively they were.
And then on this side, UNLV over this stretch, pick and roll game and post up play. They get a little bit of both. Foul on Reese Waters is his first. First on San Diego State.
UNLV is, to your point, Chris, is top 25 in the country in pick and roll scoring efficiency, and so much of that has to do with Thomas's ability to maintain his pace and tempo according to where he wants to go. He's got such a good handle, he's never sped up. It's a sign of a great point guard.
Thielen, hit one earlier. Jones rises up off 2 feet.
Gotta get it dunked on senior day.
The senior from Chicago, one of 6 honored before the game for UNLV, leading by 8.
Look at this defense by UNLV.
Kevin Kruger, he's in a defensive stance. You can see him near the top of your screen. Ripped it, Ledee from the free throw line.
Masterful. Ball pressure, in the gap helping. Textbook.
Thomas, nice inside and a whistle. With Waters defending.
Carl Jones on the offensive rebound gets the huge senior night dunk. You know that makes the family proud. I just sense UNLV right now bringing about 5 to 10% more energy around the rim. They are very physical, crashing both ends of the glass.
Important minutes here. You just saw Deion Thomas head to the bench. Justin Webster in for UNLV. Carl Jones, the senior, second year at UNLV after 3 different junior colleges. The average is less than a point per game. He has 4 points in the last couple of possessions. Lamont Butler blinding first step. Following Jay, Caleb Boone got a piece. Volley back out. Reese Waters settles. And San Diego State still without a field goal. They're 0 for 9. Foul. Prevented by Keelan Booth. Denied. And swatted. Jones comes in. Again with a teardrop. Off the bench, Miles Heide has it poked away. Will stay with San Diego State. But boy, is this UNLV defense swarming.
They're playing out of their minds defensively. The ball pressure, the block. Carl Jones is having the game of his life right now on senior nights. Rodriguez got away from a foul there on the baseline, though. Big standing ovation for Carl Jones. Well deserved.
Indeed. It only averages about 5 minutes per game. They have a great stint. San Diego State 0 for 13 from the floor. Waters trying to end it. He does from the corner, a fading 3. Team's best 3-point shooter at 41%. Nearly 8 minutes into the game for San Diego State to make a field goal. Brooklyn Hicks, freshman from Seattle. Dynamic scorer in high school is in. Justin Webster hits. and is fouled. With the closeout from Waters, his second foul. Justin Webster has a chance at a 4-point play. UNLV has exploded at home. The red-hot running Rebels. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal.
CBS celebrates Women's History Month.
At Honda, we've chased down a lot of dreams, each one leading to the next. All the way to our latest. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue. Our latest innovation on the road to being carbon neutral by 2050. And certainly not our last.
Take on the day. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. And for those with psoriatic arthritis, Taltz reduces joint pain and stiffness. Don't use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Excellent start for UNLV, their final home game of the regular season. Their defense has been a star.
And it has been suffocating in the half court, shrinking the floor on the D. 3 players around him. You come up with deflections, steals, forcing contested mid-range jumpers. San Diego State is 1 of 14 from the field, and UNLV has 4 blocks already in the first half. This defense for the running Rebels has been nothing short of terrific.
And over the last 10 games, as Webster completes the 4-point play, they have the conference's best scoring defense, field goal defense, and 3-point defense. Carl Jones had a great stretch, came in for a couple of minutes. His energy provided a spark for the Rebels, who are up 11.
This is a time for San Diego State, for Darrion Trammell to get going.
Parrish in and out, sit back no, and finally vacuumed in, Keelan Boone. Boone steps into a transition 3. Initially hit the backboard, tipped and saved, Brooklyn Hicks.
They're trying to go high-low here. ISO.
Rob Whaley Jr. rattles it home. The junior from Farmington, Utah, averages 7.5 points per game. UNLV 18-5 lead. San Diego State 1 for 16 shooting. And this is Trammell fouled on a 3-point attempt. The closeout from Hicks.
I just had a feeling that Trammell was going to get his number called. Nothing was working offensively for the Aztecs. And Trammell coming off ball screen is some go-to action for San Diego State that they run when they can't get anything going. He's such a good ISO player and pick-and-roll player. Came into San Diego State before last season with a huge scoring pedigree. Transfer from Seattle, where he's consistently scoring 20 a night, has taken a completely different role for San Diego State, and they are better for it. I find that a great show of humility by Trammell and selflessness to take it away.
And to your point, did not score in the game against San Jose State, but ran the show well with 8 assists. Make sure to tune in to the 2024 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart on April 5th, live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Jaden Ledee scored a couple at the free throw line for San Diego State. He's still without a field goal.
This is where San Diego State can't hurt you. Their press is good. They don't do it a lot, but they do it at the right times.
Webster's pokes. There you go. That press works out. Trammell rips it away. Trammell chatting. Whaley. But Ledee follows. That won't fall. Ledee again. Yes, sir. So the first field goal from Jaden Ledee. See right there, 5 blocks already for UNLV. They break the press, step through. Keelan Boone can't spin it in. Jay Powell secures the rebound. Parrish steps in and out. Powell pushed off. Loose ball foul on the San Diego State forward. San Diego State's defense trying to get them back in it.
Trammell doesn't get enough credit for his on-ball defense. Great hustle, giving up the body to get the steal. And then Ledee, this is what he does. Crashes the offensive glass, stays with it. Could have been an and one as well. We mentioned it earlier. It's hard to referee Ledee.
The freshman against the press zooms right through it. Operates against Trammell. Takes it himself. Caleb the old boy. He sticks it backward too. And a whistle. Count the basket. The hoop and the harm from Caleb Boone.
It's a tough look from Thomas, but something that Caleb Boone does exceptionally well all season long. Crashing the offensive glass. Got away with a small push-off on Powell.
Ledee gets called for his first foul. So Caleb Boone, he had that great game about a week ago against Wyoming, 24 points. Other than that, in his last 5, he's been held in the single digits. Explosive start in this game. He had 8 against San Diego State in the first meeting. Back in is Carl Jones for the round of applause. He had a couple of minutes stint, or his energy boosted UNLV. Elijah Saunders started 21 games off the bench in the last 8 as Brian Dutcher in January tweaking the lineup quite a bit. Corner Jay Ledee, no, and then a foul underneath.
But Coach Dutcher clearly not happy because he feels like it wasn't called on the other end of the floor when Boone pushed off on Powell. It's a good sell. It's certainly a good sell, but it's also, yes, an offensive foul because of that push-off and the extension of the arm.
Getting a steady diet of the San Diego State press. There's Whaley. Kick to the corner. Keelan Boone is time. Swish. 24-10 UNLV piling it on at home early. Miles Berg fires way off. Luis Rodriguez wanted a foul on the rebound. High level. First 12 minutes from UNLV. Thomas hit a 3 earlier on. Then gets Ledee on that switch. Rodriguez delivers low. Boone goes up anyway. Counts! Wow! Keelan Boone back-to-back jumpers. It's 27-10. Rodriguez reaches. UNLV has it clicking.
I mean, the offense for UNLV is humming. We got back-to-back threes off of driving kicks. It is electric in the Thomas and Mack right now.
This is March to March, presented by Principal.
Every Jersey Mike sub is sliced and stacked right in front of you since 1956.
You slice, I snack.
I said slice and stack.
Tomato, tomato.
It's tomato.
Freshly sliced since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen?
Fire it up, Randy.
By being prepared for anything. Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Check it out, sis. My work from anywhere. Cozy. Grab yourself a drink.
Is this dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food. It's Fresh Pet. Real meat, real veggies.
Seems like a lot of space to waste on a dog.
You know where there's a lot of space? You're all the family I need.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
This is what we do, Danny. You gotta see it to believe it. We deliver quality and quantity in every sub.
And a lot of them in bigger.
Just meats and cheeses.
But definitely some mojo.
Maybe.
Freshly sliced since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Night, 10:30 Eastern. UNLV, they return to the hardwood. More Mountain West action. They take on their rival, Nevada. Catch the action here on CBS Sports Network. UNLV, an eyebrow-raising start over San Diego State, and their movement, they're cutting a big part of it.
I want you to watch Rodriguez. Whaley catches it right there, and then Rodriguez at the top is going to cut right through the lane. And that's called a 45 cut because it comes from a 45-degree angle. It sucks in the defense, and it has a high-level play of finding an open teammate. He knows he drew three defenders. Someone's going to be open. Corner pocket three. Great ball movement. Good execution from Rodriguez. Excellent cut and pass.
You diagrammed UNLV in their execution on offense. Keelan Boone, a result of that already 11 points. But their defense, UNLV, holding San Diego State 2 for now 23 shooting. After that one from the D is snuffed. Again, Jones swats it from behind. San Diego State saves possession. 6 to shoot. Parrish for 3. No. Rebound volley off of Thomas. It'll stay here.
UNLV has 6 blocks in the first half. This is called shrinking the floor on Ledee. 1, 2, 3 defenders around him. They get 1 block, and then the second one was just right after that. Man, suffocating defense.
Trammell nice. Saunders fires. That's a swish. He needed it. Saunders 32% from 3. His first triple here tonight.
Cleanest look that San Diego State has gotten in the offensive end so far.
Took a while to get it in. Whaley has to turn the corner. San Diego State mentioned their shooting struggles. UNLV on the flip side, shooting 56% in the early going. Thomas finds Jackie Johnson III, the transfer from Duquesne off the UNLV bench. Doesn't hit rim, a shot clock violation. And San Diego State takes over. Aztecs right now, Jerry Palm has them as a 3 seed in his latest bracket. What always stands out about the Aztecs, you look at quad 3 and quad 4 losses, none, and they've stacked up some wins as well.
0. How great is that of a resume? All of their losses have been quad 1 losses. Not a single quad 2, quad 3, or quad 4 loss for San Diego State.
All quad 1 losses on the road. Thomas wants that screen from Jones. Always has it on his string. Steps into a 3. Halfway down. Jones, guys, who tried to throw it down the hammer and gets called for the foul. You can see Ledee, his frustration for San Diego State. Meanwhile, UNLV
Carl Jones is having the game of his life on senior night. He's had a couple blocks, a couple dunks, and that is big-time effort on the offensive end, crashing the glass. Wow.
Again, Butler on the foul is first. Jones just 4 of 8 from the free throw line this season. Called it the game of the season so far for Carl Jones on his senior night. Splits the pair. Ryan Dutcher trying to get his team to play well on the road. They have dropped 5 of their last 7 road games at San Diego State. Off the double team in the corner, Trammell somehow finds Ladie. Patient, Ladie gets fouled.
That was an amazing pass from Trammell. I mean, absolutely amazing. He had nowhere to go, was double teamed. Watch this. Didn't panic, wraps around pass from Whaley. That is awesome stuff.
Rob Whaley gets called for the foul. So Trammell mentioned his growth of being more than just a scorer. Passing being a factor there as we take a look at the Reese's player profile, Jaden Ladie.
And he's going to be an All-American. Leads the Mountain West in scoring, top 20 in the country. One thing that we don't talk about enough of is his conditioning. Jaden Ladie gets fouled constantly. We just take it for granted. He goes to the free throw line, doesn't say a word. That comes from his summer work boxing. He sparred 5 days a week, ran the mountains, and then went back into sparring and did shadow boxing 5 days a week in preparation for this season. That's unbelievable.
His work ethic legendary. I just, don't want to be the person on the other side.
Absolutely
sparring.
not. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Against Ladie. Just a well-built 6'9", 240 from Houston. Could be the player of the year in the Mountain West this season. In fact, All-American candidacy for Jaden Ladie. Right now his team, though, down 13 on the road. Trammell in the passing lane, saves it from going out of bounds. Trammell leaves it, Butler lays it in. So San Diego State clawing back in it with an 11. They trap Thomas. Johnson across the timeline.
Too far of a pass possession, but Trammell with another excellent dime.
And Butler all over Thomas, kicks it. And a great hustle by Darrion Trammell to get to the deck. Pick it up. No look feed. Butler, count it. San Diego State striking right back. Timeout UNLV. Lamont Butler, his 124th game as an Aztec.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase Ink card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card. Make more of what's yours.
And one run for San Diego State, back within single digits.
Even though Darrion Trammell only has 3 points, he's made his presence known in the game exactly when San Diego State needed it. 3 steals, 4 assists already in this first half, and he has been everywhere defensively. He's shown poise on the offensive end and peskiness on the defensive end. Trammell has essentially brought San Diego State back.
And Butler knocks the ball off the knee of Denon Thomas Jr. and out of bounds. So that Aztec defense picks up right where it left off.
That's what the full court press is designed to do. Exactly that. Get you to speed up, play fast, and you can see it bounce right off of his left knee. Good call by the referee.
Turnovers piling up for UNLV. 8 of them. Saunders, rainbow 3, bullseye. Down to a 5-point game, and that press relentless.
San Diego State is never out of a ball game because of their defense. It's one of the reasons why they are built for the postseason.
Too aggressive as Butler gets called for the reach, his second.
I initially thought Saunders should have thrown that inside to Ledee, who had position on Whaley. But that was the second made three for Saunders.
Saunders, interesting story. As Miles Byrd in for San Diego State. Mentioned the 21 starts for Saunders. Came off the bench now 9 straight games. Said it was a relief to come off the bench as opposed to being in the starting lineup. January was rough for him.
And he said he's just more comfortable coming off the bench. But it's worked. San Diego State has played really well with him coming off the bench. I mean, look at the last game when they beat San Jose State. Had 10 points in 22 minutes off the bench.
That a Gatorade Player of the Year, Leadon Thomas Jr. Dad, an all-time great, top 5 all-time in assists at UNLV. Harris looking in the post. Ledee gathers, surrounded by 4. Ledee doesn't care, hooks it home. Down to a 5-point game. Ledee is 8 points. Remember, UNLV got off to the roaring start in this game. Thomas draws the foul. Darrion Trammell. That's his first.
It's a good look on how Ledee is one of the more efficient scorers in the country. No wasted movement. He's trying to get San Diego State back into it.
In the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, nobody watches like us. The UEFA Champions League on CBS and stream every match live on Paramount+.
At Metro, get a new iPhone 12 with 5G. Take amazing pictures and share instantly. You don't take yada yada in life? Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get a new iPhone 12 with 5G for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Oh, brother. Which brother? The older brother, duh. You're only older minute of my life.
Our son just needs car insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage.
Give me the ball. That was my ball. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Meet the Jennifers, each planning their future through the Chase mobile app. Hello, new apartment. One bank for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The will states that Mr. Marbles will receive everything he needs in perpetuity thanks to auto ship from Chewy.
I always loved that old man.
And he gets the summer house.
What? Save 35% off your first auto ship order at Chewy.
Out there are 2 colossal beings, both forces of nature in their own regard. But in here, as soon as the chute bursts open, the duality of man and beast begins to fade. This is the PBR on CBS Sports Network.
UNLV led this by as many as 17 early, but it's been San Diego State that's had the run of play. You can see it right there. A 2 for 25 start shooting. But since then, they've gotten some better looks. Jaden Ledee has been a factor.
You can go ahead and hang this in the Louvre for an elite duck-in. There's Ledee. Watch him step in and hold position. I mean, my goodness, that is textbook. It's one of the reasons why he's one of the most efficient post-up scorers in the country. He's actually second in the nation in post-up scoring efficiency. Hunter Dickinson of Kansas is number 1. Ledee's number 2. He's a couple spots ahead of Graham Ike for Gonzaga and Zach Edey of Purdue analytically. How about that?
And that's post-up scoring. He has that mid-range. He has the isolation. His improvement has been off the charts for San Diego State.
This young man at the free throw line, Dejon Thomas, is already playing like one of the best point guards in the country, but he is going to be one of the best point guards in the country. You think about a passing of the torch. Isaiah Stevens graduated from Colorado State. It's about to become Dejon Thomas's Mountain West.
That's a jump ball. The arrow will keep it here. Yeah, Stevens. Talk about a great passer. Coming up next, send you to the New York studio. It's AT&T at the half. Brent Stover and the crew, they'll get you caught up on a busy night of action. Feels like every night. We're in the month of March. One where you just want to sit on the couch as long as possible. Brent Stover will get you caught up on everything.
Arguably one of the better dressed hosts in the game, I think, Brent Stover. Great pocket square game.
I was going to talk about the hair.
Oh, fantastic hair
game.
Yeah, I agree.
2 on the shot clock. Parrish, Rainbow, does hit rim, but it's Keelan Boone who vacuums in the rebound.
That defensive possession for UNLV felt like the first 8 minutes of defense we saw from UNLV. San Diego State couldn't get anything going. Trammell just getting deflections, steals. He's been everywhere.
You did that right in front of us. You could see the bright grin on his face, that smile. He wanted the steal. See, the ball hasn't really gotten inside the three-point line yet. The shot clock's at 5. Webster, a floater, front of the rim, and Parrish snatches the rebound. Saunders trying to whip it quickly. Webster read it. Webster zooms, waits, and is blocked. Saunders comes from behind and knock it out of bounds.
How about Parrish sprinting back in defense after Webster gets the steal, and you hesitate a little bit. Both Parrish and Saunders are very good shot blockers. You got to do your best to just go right through the chest of Parrish.
Now, Mike, we're fortunate throughout the year to go to team practices, shoot-arounds.
Yep.
I don't think any team takes as much time as San Diego State does defensively, specifically verticality. They're a team that there's a reason why every year they're inside, it seems, the top 20 in KenPom defensively.
Spot on observation by you, Chris. They spent 15 minutes in shoot-around this morning working on how to defend layups without fouling. Very few teams in college basketball, maybe Houston, maybe Virginia, just drilled over and over and over again. All those little things make up an elite defense.
Micah Parrish called for the last foul, 2 free throws. Thomas has missed 3 in a row. There's San Diego State defensively. There's the numbers, and you wonder how they do it. And yeah, it's that repetition for their reputation.
Yeah, first in the Mountain West in scoring defense, top 30 in the country. They're 8th in KenPom's adjusted defensive efficiency. It's hard to make threes against San Diego State. It's hard to get layups. They make you take a lot of mid-range jumpers. In this game, we've seen UNLV be able to find a couple cracks in that defense in the three-point line. One Rebels will get 5 threes in the first half.
Ledee surrounded by a couple. Picks to the corner. 3 is blocked. Parrish had it tipped. Keelan Boone attacking defensively.
That's the 8th block for UNLV in this game.
UNLV approaching 6 minutes without a field goal. Thomas whips, but tipped out of bounds. Tried to get it from one corner from another, but Parrish tipped it away. Take a look at the last 4 in, last 4 out. Jerry Palm's latest bracketology.
Yeah, New Mexico only has 2 quad 1 wins. They're listed as last 4 in, but we just had them. They lost at Boise. They got Utah State on Saturday. They desperately need 1 more quad 1 win to be comfortable.
Stumbling a little bit in February, early March. Parrish got it. Micah Parrish from the corner. Down to a 3-point game. Last field goal for UNLV at the 8:13 mark of this first half. Keelan Boone has it slapped away. After being down as many as 17, San Diego State could tie it with a 3. Instead, they give it away. A minute to play in the first. Thomas off the Whaley screen. The Vegas product directs.
Nice quick switch to keep Trammell away from Whaley.
Whaley goes up with it anyway with 2 around him. First field goal in over 7 minutes. Ledee for 3, front iron, and UNLV should have the last look. Ledee has worked that into his game this year. He hadn't made a 3 in his career before this season. Has tallied 14 of them.
1-4 low look here for UNLV. That usually means they're going to get a sprint ball screen with about 7 seconds on the clock.
There's the ball screen. Whaley sets. Thomas, 3 seconds. Put on the line, 2. Front rim, and that'll do it for the first half. San Diego State started shooting 2 for 25, and UNLV built a 17-point lead. But it's the Running Rebels' first halftime lead against San Diego State since back 2020, late February, when UNLV finished that season strong. Score at the half, 33-28. UNLV leads San Diego State. After these commercial messages, stay tuned for AT&T at the half.
Runners on the corner for Judge. That may go over Cedar Avenue.
Another steal by Leonard. A poster finish by Kawhi. Wow!
Schofield does it. Your new NCAA champion.
Here's Palmer with the toughest dive in the competition. That should seal it.
Wyoming from the 9-yard line. Allen keeps it himself. Touchdown, Cowboys!
At San Diego State University, education is what drives us, but culture is what connects us. Here, you're part of a community that wants to learn more, do more, be more. Where we carve out our own path, where our potential meets our future. Tomorrow is ours to define. San Diego State University. Transform your tomorrow.
Some migraine attacks catch you off guard, but for me, a stressful day can trigger migraine attacks too. That's why my go-to is Nurtec ODT. It's the only migraine medication that can treat and prevent my attacks all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Now I'm in control. With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine attack and prevent one.
Talk to your doctor about Nurtec today.
TV about to take over the whole nation.
Got a whole lot to learn, young blood.
The streets is gonna be watching to see how I handle this. I'm not my brother. I'm running this my way.
The most important word in BMF ain't black or mafia. It's family.
Call now and order stars for $5.49 a month for 3 months.
You know poop is coming, but you know you have nothing to fear. Pampers Swaddlers with Blowout Barrier helps prevent up to 100% of leaks, even blowouts. Don't fear blowouts with Pampers Swaddlers. A diaper this leak-free sets them free. Only Pampers Cruisers 360 have a 360 stretchy waistband, plus a blowout barrier for up to 100% leak-free fit. Pampers Cruisers 360. Live wild and free.
This is AT&T at the half. Connecting changes everything.
Welcome inside our New York studios, AT&T at the half. Brent Stover, Gary Parrish, John Rosti, and Roy Hibbert as well. San Diego State started this game just 2 of 25, crawled back in, but still UNLV holding serve up 5 at home.
Yeah, UNLV is doing everything right. They're shooting about 50% from the field, 50% from the three, but it all starts with Keelan Boone. He is doing his thing. He has 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. But let's see how he's getting these buckets. He's right here working the offensive glass, doing the dirty work, the good man's work right there, and he's locked and loaded in his sweet spot for that 3. He's inside, he's an outside threat, and again, he's in his sweet spot. We need to close out chest to chest and make sure he does not score any more threes in his sweet spot. But at the same time, Ladie, he's forcing some shots, so let's see if they have a better second half, a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, you mentioned Boone. Obviously, he's got 3 of their 5 threes. They are 5 of 10 from downtown as a team, up by 5. Catch you up on another big Mountain West tilt as Nevada is on the road taking on Boise State. The Broncos tied for first in the league with Utah State. They've won 5 in a row and took down the Aggies back in January. Early first half, our guy Jared Lucas steps back, wing 3, 10-8 Wolfpack advantage.
That was the hero last week against Colorado State, but here's Andrew Meadow with the step back off the fake. It was 15-13 Boise State, but Hunter McIntosh, Brent, going to get the pass from Lucas and drill the 3. Nevada very quietly playing great basketball under Steve Alford, 25 wins. And Wyoming, an 11-point winner over Air Force tonight. Air Force, again, remember, stubbed the toe of New Mexico a couple of weeks ago in Albuquerque.
Yeah, 74-63 there. Updated standings now in the Mountain West. Boise and Utah State knotted atop the league. So how do you see this shaking out this week, John?
Well, we got 5 locks. New Mexico is obviously the wild card. New Mexico is going to have a chance to get a quad 1 win Saturday night on CBS Sports Network against Utah State. Now, if Utah State beats San Jose State tomorrow night on CBS Sports Network, Utah State will be playing for an outright Mountain West regular season title for the first time since it joined the league. This is going to be a monumental close leading in to the biggest Mountain West tournament in Mountain West history.
It really is, and maybe the most interesting conference tournament we're going to have next week, because I think you can say this about the Mountain West and perhaps not about any other league in the country. There's at least 7 teams that can reasonably go into this event thinking they can win it. It's the 6 that are projected to make the NCAA tournament, plus UNLV, because UNLV, as you know, going to be at home, and they're 9-1 in their past 10 games, and obviously in good shape right here. UNLV is not going to be able to build an at-large resume, but they are playing well enough to win the Mountain West Conference's automatic bid.
It's going to be sensational, and of course you can catch the quarters and the semis here on CBS Sports Network and the final on CBS. Upon our return, we check in on the only ranked matchup of the night as Purdue hit the road to take on Illinois. Did the Boilers move to 7-0 against top 25 teams this season? Highlights next.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes. No!
Get hot and ready slice and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza.
Uber Eats has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen that before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, freaking me out a little bit.
A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed. Ready to swarm. Ready to sting. Ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
Want to study the artifacts of Hollywood royalty? Or engineer the next entertainment spectacle? Would you like to solve a podcast-worthy mystery? It's not fiction. It's UNLV, where higher ed gets a Vegas twist. Diverse, evolving, just like you. Get your degree and some unconventional experiences for an education unlike any other. Rebels make it happen. Enroll at unlv.edu.
Mountain West basketball fans, it's time to step up and support your favorite team as home court is monumental in March. Ready to claim the Thomas & Mack Centerist at Pitt West, the A-House North, or the AA South? Calling Clune Crazies, the Dog Pound, Bronco Nation, and the Pack. Bring your Spartan spirit, your Rebel friends, Movie Madness, and Spectrum Magic to Las Vegas and make the Thomas & Mack Center your home court this March and help lead your team to the championship. Buy your tournament tickets today.
Welcome back to AT&T at the half. Just another Tuesday night in the Mountain West.
Keelan Boone, a big part of this Rebels resurgence. He drills the three. 5-point game in Sin City, Brent.
All right, second half to come. Stay up late with us. Third-ranked Purdue, number 12, Illinois. What a game it was. Braden Smith, Zach Edey, the bucket. Boilers up by 3. Getting late here, Roy.
Oh, yes. And then Marcus Domas, he takes it to the basket and he finishes over the big men. The Illini are up at the game at 64. And then Fletcher Lawyer catches it and shoots this 3. Boilermakers lead 67-66. And then Braden Smith with the biggest shot of the night. Calls for a screen. He says, you know what? I don't need it.
Massive. Those two hit big shots. 8 of 10 as a team from 3 in the second half. Purdue in the win. Alabama taking on Florida. Will Richard on a 3. Gators up by 6.
Alabama coach Nate Oates said recently that his team doesn't play any defense, and they proved him right in this one. That's Will Richard. He had 23 points in this one. And then in the second half, Florida just pulls away. Denzel Aberdeen, big-time dunk. Florida wins at 105-87. They got 40 points at the free throw line.
Bacot and Davis for North Carolina senior night. They drill Notre Dame 84-51, and Kansas hammers Kansas State 90-68.
Oh, stove.
Yep. Okay, so back to the speaking of getting your heart ripped out. Wake Forest could not lose at home against Georgia Tech, John.
Nathan George going to drill the floater. That made it 42-26. But here comes that man. Hunter Salas, the transfer from Gonzaga, makes 1. And here is another. This would give Wake Forest a 1-point lead. But this is March, and anything can happen when this is March. By Ndungo with the miracle shot. It's good. Gates of hell level brutality for Wake Forest. Heartbreak Hotel. St. John's by 27. This is a bubble watch right here. Georgia Tech beat Wake, as you saw. Pitt over Florida State. Johnny's doing a nice job padding those metrics.
John calling for clear outs over here, I guess. Second host.
Somebody's trying to host from the end of the desk.
Hey, it's March, so all bets are off. How about that tough loss for Wake?
That was a tough loss. Georgia Tech, should have won. Georgia Tech did what they're supposed to do. They had a weird one. They had 16 turnovers tonight, and they fouled up a storm. They sent them to the line 16 times. But Nathan George had a good night. Miles had a good night, 19 points. So all in all, if you're a bubble team, you need to take care of business.
Wake Forest's last 3 games have come against teams who are not near the NCAA tournament. At Notre Dame, at Virginia Tech, tonight against Georgia Tech. You lose all 3. This is not obviously endearing to the NCAA tournament selection committee. Nothing is officially over because a lot of things can still happen between now and Selection Sunday. But it looks right now like Steve Forbes' club needs a sizable run in the ACC tournament to make the NCAA tournament. And as we've been saying all night, it's not like you're going to be going up against teams that are locks for the NCAA tournament in the ACC tournament. If Wake's out, right now you got 4 of 15 in the ACC.
Purdue trailed most of the night, took their first lead with 10 to play in the game and beat Illinois.
Really impressive performance to go on the road and win as an underdog in that type of environment. And now Purdue has 9 wins over teams ranked in the top 25 of the net. UConn and Houston, both of which are projected number 1 seeds as well, combined to only have 8. Purdue should be the number 1 seed overall in the NCAA tournament.
All right, second half in Vegas. Next, inside college basketball afterwards.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable. Wow.
Right.
There's only one Christopher Walken and only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
Come on.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat and prevent my migraine attacks all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain. Talk to your doctor about Nurtec today.
The extra twinkle. That extra swagger. Feeling healthy by leaps and bounds. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best nutrients for their best life. Science did that.
This is Ford Truck Month. With amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Make way for the event that only comes around once a year. Featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. Get ready and get to Ford Truck Month. See your Ford dealer today for incredible offers on the new 2024 Ford F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
My mom was caught doing drugs, so they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption found Brianna a permanent family, but more than 100,000 children are still waiting. You can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Down the road from the Strip, we're ready for the second half. UNLV and San Diego State are too. It's been a fun one so far. UNLV, the 5-point lead. He's Mike O'Donnell. I'm Chris Lewis. So UNLV, we've talked about their streak. They've won 9 of their last 10. But you have the feeling that if they're able to top San Diego State, it adds a layer of credibility to that streak, and they had their moments in that first half.
You know, Coach Dutcher actually told us before the game, he said, look, it's not just the Mountain West. There isn't a team in the country that wants to play UNLV right now, and we're seeing it here tonight. Their defense has been fantastic against San Diego State.
As we take a look at the numbers between both of these teams in the first half. So UNLV shooting well from behind the arc, 5 of 10. But those turnovers late in the half were a story.
Turnovers hurt them on offense, but what saved them defensively is 8 blocks for the running Rebels. They were great at protecting the rim. And the three-point shooting offensively for UNLV, that's what's the story of the first half. Offensively for the running Rebels, they were able to find open look after driving kicks. 5 made threes in the first half for UNLV. And how do you impact winning without scoring? Just ask Darrion Trammell. He only had 3 points in the first half, but he had multiple steals and assists. 5 assists, 3 steals in the first half for Trammell. When it felt like San Diego State was out of sorts, the tempo and pace changed when Darrion Trammell took over the game.
At stake, both of these teams, same conference record, 11-5. They're tied for third in the Mountain West, 1 game back of the 2 teams that are in first place, Boise State and Utah State. Big second half from the Thomas and Mack.
I can almost guarantee you Coach Dutcher at halftime said, if we play with the same type of pressure that we played with in the last 6 minutes of that first half, we're going to be just fine. The pressure, the full court press, the 3-quarter court press, it bothered UNLV late in that first half.
There's Caleb Boone, the interior Boone twin. That's the exterior Boone twin. Keelan too strong. Caleb gets the rebound, and he is fouled by Jay Powell. His second, and San Diego State's first.
You made a great scouting report, Chris, and I'm not even sure you actually realized it. Both Boone brothers can play inside and out. How do you scout for that? How do you prepare your team for that? It's very difficult. Both players are long, athletic, and can shoot the 3 and play on the inside. Hard to scout against.
They walk side by side before the game being honored here on senior night. Another foul on San Diego State. So quickly 2, not even a minute into the half, and that's Jay Powell's third. So already Coach Dutcher forced to make a change. Elijah Saunders, the sophomore from Phoenix, checks in at the 4 position for number 4, Jay Powell.
Saunders had a nice first half. He had a couple threes, good looks just when it felt like the Aztecs were out of rhythm.
Luis Rodriguez, 3 and D, misses the 3-pointer, and now he has to play D. San Diego State started this game 2 for 25 shooting. Trammell turns the corner, draws the help. Gets it back, jumps into a 3. Front iron, Rodriguez, he amazes me at 6'6". The amount of rebounds he tallies leads the team 6.5, top 10 in the conference. Whaley jumps in, didn't have a plan. Turnover, Trammell, coast, deposits 2. San Diego State trailed by as many as 17 points. Thomas on an island, needs some help. 2 seconds, floats it. Great catch by Rodriguez.
Got the handle from Thomas there, getting double teamed. I mean, it's just, he's got that thing on a string.
Soft bounce pass gets to Caleb. He stumbles, and he is fouled and takes a break.
Watch this possession for Lamont Butler. He goes to double. He goes to double immediately. And this is what San Diego State does. They don't just double to stop you. They double to try to get a steal as well. Everybody sucks in defensively. It's called shrinking the floor. And he gets the deflection, gets the steal, and the throw ahead. Lamont Butler continues to be underappreciated as one of the best defenders in college basketball.
Micah Parrish got called for that last foul. Offense has been tough to come from for UNLV since midway through the first half. Thomas is the creator. Step back for the mid-range. Short. Jaden Ledee gobbles it up.
You live with that if you're San Diego State defensively. Thomas taking a fade-away 17-foot jumper along the baseline. Low percentage.
Saunders can shoot it. He misses front rim. A loose ball foul on the rebound. It'll stay here. It's on UNLV. Keelan Boone, his first. Reese Waters in for the Aztecs. The former Pac-12 Sixth Man of the Year at USC. He began the year as a starter for San Diego State. Now back in that sixth-man role as the scorer off the bench. Rodriguez hands in, gets the steal. But then the outlet pass intended for Rodriguez knocked away.
Just Lamont Butler making another underappreciated hustle play for the Aztecs.
San Diego State slowly but surely chiseling away from that 17-point deficit. That would have tied it. Now, what are some of the things UNLV can do on this end to get their offense unlocked?
Where UNLV has been really good, especially the last 7 games, is in ball screen action with Thomas. But San Diego State has been switching the ball screen consistently and really slowing Thomas down.
Even this 1-5 pick and roll here, they switch sometimes with these comfortable defending. Thomas, though, takes advantage that time and sneaks it in.
But San Diego State didn't switch that time because they didn't want Trammell on Whaley, who would have just rolled and had post position with a smaller guard on him.
Trammell, body of Rodriguez on him. Rodriguez, that size advantage defensively. Keelan Boone tried to reach. Ledee, how about between the legs? Powerful steps. Floater. Halfway down. Saunders saves. Open Reese Waters. That's a round and out. Couple of good looks for San Diego State. So this time, screens on both sides for Thomas. Caleb turns, elevates, and Ledee gets called. He doesn't like it, but it's Jaden Ledee's second foul.
T-Don Thomas making plays happen for UNLV at home. This is a good one here in the Mountain West.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check. And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase Ink card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card. Make more of what's yours.
A moment like this, or this, puts you in rare air. Getting there requires a whole other level of confidence. Not to mention the right equipment and the right training. And the pros who ascend to the top of their field, trust Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
Just as we stepped aside, Brian Dutcher, San Diego State's head coach, called for a technical foul. He was arguing about the foul called on Jaden Ledee.
And Coach Dutcher was really upset when he feels that San Diego State is contesting these rim attacks and not fouling, that they're not breaking that rule of verticality and they're playing straight up, which they practice consistently. And we've watched that replay multiple times, and he was extremely upset with the fact that he doesn't feel that the first half was being called the same as the second half.
They just announced it. That's why you hear the roar from the crowd. Technical on Brian Dutcher. It's a big moment here early in the second half. Couple of free throws. Luis Rodriguez can't connect on the first. One of those, though, Jaden Ledee and how he officiated, that's just always the storyline for San Diego State games on both sides. The fouls he commits and the fouls that are against him.
I would also say, though, just to counter that a little bit, I don't think Coach Dutcher was upset specifically just with everything revolved around Jaden Ledee. I think he was more upset about, as a whole, his team contesting rim attacks and them being called when he feels that they're not breaking that verticality.
But again, that was such an emphasis at shoot-around today, that being able to contest layups without fouling, going straight up, and spent about 15 minutes on that specific drill. Caleb Boone at the free throw line. Standout at Oklahoma State for 4 years, was all Big 12. UNLV an 8-point lead, trying to close the regular season as strong as this month of February has been. Turning the corner to March. They've won 9 of their last 10. San Diego State, identical conference record at 11-5. There's a bump and a foul. Jaden Ledee will strut to the free throw line. Rob Whaley called for the foul. So Jerry Palm's Mountain West seed projection. Of course, these teams will be in Vegas coming up next week. 3 7s in a row. He's got all the 7s in Vegas. 3 7s. Good sign for some good games.
It's the best the Mountain West has ever been. Coach Dutcher talked about it in pregame with us, and this is just a loaded Mountain West season. 6 teams in for the Mountain West. There might get more teams in than the ACC, the Big East, the Pac-12. Is the Mountain West better than the ACC, Chris?
This season,
I don't think it's an unbelievably hot take to say.
It's just been
that
one
the
of those
top 6 teams in the Mountain West is right now better than the top 6 teams of the ACC.
You say hot takes, but just a hot button issue with college basketball.
No
it gets the fans engaged a little bit.
Please don't tag me on Twitter.
After a stop, UNLV possession. Thomas swings. Boone turns it down. Rodriguez attacks the closeout. Teardrop is true. First bucket for Luis Rodriguez, the fifth-year player from Los Angeles. Was a three-point game, 7 straight for UNLV ends with the Elijah Saunders floater. This gives you some of the feel of what will be next week at the Thomas & Mack Center in the conference tournaments. Leon Thomas finishes amongst the trees.
He's just got incredible touch. I just can't believe this kid is only 18 years old and freshman. Senior level talent, Leon Thomas.
Elijah Saunders open from the corner, knocks it down and has something to say about it. Third three for the sophomore off the bench. A possession where UNLV, their intention clear. They want to post up. But San Diego State denying it from all angles. Rob Whaley Jr. is the recipient and called with a foul on Butler.
This is where San Diego State is really good offensively, is when Trammell drives, kicks, and Butler makes the unselfish extra pass. Trammell gets the hockey assist, Butler gets the statistical assist.
Third foul on Butler. Miles Bird checks in for San Diego State. Already 16 fouls for San Diego State. 1-and-1 on the next foul. Keelan Boone, air ball. Saunders gets the pinball. San Diego State since 08-09. No D1 team has more road wins against a single team than San Diego State against UNLV, and Elijah Saunders trying to keep it that way with another three. Back-to-back possessions. It's down to a 4-point game.
San Diego State has 7 threes. Saunders has got 4.
2 in each half. Rodriguez knocked away. Miles Bird flies.
Man. No kidding. That was a block and a half from Bird. He gets caught on the low side. Good recovery by Bird.
So it's the roommates, one on each end. Saunders hitting the threes, and his roommate Miles Bird helping out defensively. Whaley bodies. Stick back, no. Wrestling match for the rebound. Jump ball. Arrow will go the other way. San Diego State ball.
Luis Rodriguez may have been a little bit too aggressive there. I think he knocked the ball out of Whaley's hands when Whaley was going back up to catch that miss.
It's 18 wins since 08-09 for San Diego State on the road against UNLV. And then you combine their conference tournament success at the Thomas & Mack Center. This is a building they're very comfortable. Miles Bird, 3 threes in a row for San Diego State. Down to a 1-point game. Bird, part of that development system with Coach Brian Dutcher. Only 4 games last season. Patience. And waiting to get his chance. Okay. Wanted different basketball? Leon Thomas says that ball was slippery. This shot from Saunders was wet. 42-41 UNLV.
You'll get better when you're not blamed for a condition you can't control. You'll get better when your care doesn't depend on your income. You'll get better when your pain isn't minimized, dismissed, forgotten. We will never trying to get better. Because when medicine gets better, all of us can get better.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy Nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
9-0 run for San Diego State. It's down to a 1-point game in Vegas. UNLV's women's basketball team, though, is put on a show. All Mountain West play. They clinched their third straight regular season title. Their coach, Lindy Larotte, has it rolling with the Lady Rebels. Desiree Young will get another chance likely if the team can make the conference championship game on CBS Sports Network to make another strong appearance. CBS Sports celebrates Women's History Month, recognizing the outstanding contributions women have made on and off the field of play. So UNLV, if you're just joining us, had about as great of a start as you could have at home against a ranked team. They led it by 17. They held San Diego State to 2 for 25 shooting to begin the game. But a late close in the first half for San Diego State. Now a 9-0 run has pulled them within one. Thomas spins from the elbow with the shot clock at 1. Shot clock violation.
Elijah Saunders has had himself a really nice game. You know about the threes, yes, but that was a terrific defensive one-on-one performance from Saunders, trying to guard one of the best point guards in the Mountain West, and De'Don Thomas and ISO. That's a scary thing.
Right now the bench for San Diego State has flipped this game. 3 threes all in a row from players off the bench. Trammell's a starter. That one rolled all around and out. And UNLV vacuums up the rebound. Thomas wants 3, wide right. Second chance of this possession. Saunders reaches in, pokes it away. The Aztecs have never led and still haven't. Keelan Booth flies and prevents the dunk from Bird. Saunders to follow. It's off to the left. Bird tips, but Thomas grabs. Keelan Boone double team. High pass prevents the rotation. Block down to 8. Flings it to the rim. Front iron it off. Ledee chases, but Rodriguez gets it. Scoops it, no. Tip up and through. Looked like it was Caleb Boone the one to tip it in indeed.
A wild sequence offensively for UNLV. It wasn't pretty, but they made it work.
Playing above the rim. Ledee on the post against Whaley. Can they get it to him? No. Clock down to 5. Cross court, Saunders for 3. Back of the rim. Keelan Boone, he wanted a foul, so did the crowd. No call. Gets the rebound. Ball always seems to find Thomas's hands in big spots for UNLV. Typically makes good decisions. Whaley passes. Corner for Keelan Boone. Back of the rim. Rebound tip. Rodriguez off the rim. Tip again from Boone. No. Boy, this game above the rim. A lot of taps. That time didn't fall through.
You know what Coach Dutcher is going to say for San Diego State? Why aren't we boxing out? You can't just jump with UNLV. They're incredibly athletic. You got to put a body on someone and box out.
Lots of huffing and puffing on each side. Timeout, San Diego State. Another classic in the Mountain West. Don't go anywhere.
Want to study the artifacts of Hollywood royalty? Or engineer the next entertainment spectacle? Would you like to solve a podcast-worthy mystery? It's not fiction. It's UNLV, where higher ed gets a Vegas twist. Diverse, evolving, just like you. Get your degree and some unconventional experiences for an education unlike any other. Rebels make it happen. Enroll at unlv.edu.
I love your place.
Thanks. Could you grab some carrots?
Sure. What's this?
That's for Pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. Real meat, real veggies.
That you feed your dog. So it's dog food.
You were so right about her.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
With Flonase, allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily gives you long-lasting, non-drowsy relief. Psst, psst. Flonase, all good. Also, try our allergy headache and nighttime pills.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Expert moves brought to you by Principal, coming from the youngsters off the bench from 3.
I think San Diego State, the entire team, needs to take Darrion Trammell out for dinner after this game, because all of these threes have come from Darrion Trammell's vision and dribble penetration. 7 assists for Darrion Trammell. Elijah Saunders, good look at him right there, coming off the bench, 14 points, 4 threes. Half of San Diego State's threes have come from that man right there, Elijah Saunders.
So he's provided the lift off the bench. In fact, just 2 shy of a career high for the sophomore from Phoenix. UNLV, Luis Rodriguez has been active on the glass, but UNLV can't seem to get it to fall through. They're just 1 for their last 11 shooting.
Welcome to playing against San Diego State's defense. That's by design.
Yes. Annually, one of the best defenses in the nation. UNLV over the last 10 games, one of the best defenses in the country. We knew this would be a rock fight coming in. San Diego State, Powell with the O-board, stick back, whistle, jump ball. Keelan Boone from over the top, and the arrow gives it to UNLV.
Trammell just has to put a shot up because he was stuck in no man's land. That was a good job of contesting and blocking shots without fouling from Boone.
UNLV, you talked about their unique resume, how they just seem to be giant killers and sometimes suffer losses you don't expect as well. But in the last 8 games against ranked teams, UNLV is 6-2.
There's not a team in the country that wants to face UNLV right now.
And that's why Keelan Boone rattles down a 3. His first 3 points of the second half doubles the lead for the running Rebels. Step back, Trammell fires wide left. Luis Rodriguez, the team's leading rebounder as a guard, tallies that one. Thomas behind the back weave. Whaley tapped it out of bounds. Well, Keelan Boone for UNLV doubled the lead on this 3-pointer. Gorgeous form and a connection. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal.
I didn't know you could get all this stuff on Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Gotta remember that.
Well, you know what they say. In order to remember something, you gotta forget something else.
Jen. Hey.
Hi.
Okay.
Have we met?
Oh.
Oh.
It's me.
Give me a hint.
Worked together for 10 years?
You were great.
You still don't know, do you?
I don't.
Right.
Like I forget 10 years of my life.
I hate this town.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
A moment like this, or this, puts you in rare air. Getting there requires a whole other level of confidence. Not to mention the right equipment and the right training. And the pros who ascend to the top of their field, trust Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
It's March. Keep the basketball coming. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Doubleheader. Big East. Butler. Final home game of the year against Xavier. And then back to the Mountain West. 22nd ranked Utah State. They travel to San Jose State. It's right here on CBS Sports Network. Mountain West key remaining games. So tonight, Nevada, Boise State. Nevada leading that game on Boise State senior night, but Boise State then takes on this San Diego State team. Still plenty of great matchups in the league.
I mean, how good are those games? I actually have the New Mexico at Utah State game. That is a must-win game for the Lobos Saturday night.
And the quest to get 6 teams in the NCAA tournament from the Mountain West. Still some work to do. UNLV, not one of those teams discussed. Yet they might be the hottest team, and Micah Parrish trying to cool them off. San Diego State had missed 9 in a row before that 3. Nearly a turnover. And the team that won the championship in 1990 against the runner-ups from a season ago, Luis Rodriguez, perfect on a 3. Like, it seems like in a game like this, the best look these teams can get are 3s. Not much inside the line.
San Diego State has taken 28 3-pointers in this game.
Lamont Butler, no look, and the land batted, and it gets to Boone. Caleb Boone says, let's settle down.
Caleb Boone has 2 blocks and 3 steals in this game.
Not to mention 16 points and 10 rebounds.
3 blocks.
Boone hunting for more. Draws the contact. We'll head to the free throw line.
Watch Didon Thomas get into the paint and drive and kick. Anytime the ball goes into the paint, teams see an increased field goal percentage, particularly from the 3-point line, because everybody knows how good Didon Thomas is at finishing around the rim. He drew 3 defenders and makes the intelligent play to kick out for a teammate.
3rd foul on Parrish. And the vision, too, not just the ability to draw defenders, but then know who's open from the help.
Well, and the pace of that possession, too, for Thomas, who actually, what was supposed to happen was he was supposed to get a dribble handoff and come off the left side of the floor. He rejects the dribble handoff to give himself more space.
Caleb Boone, a 71% free throw shooter. Saunders, sharpshooter back in, and so is Jaden Ledee, the All-American candidate for San Diego State.
Points have been hard to come by for the All-American candidate, Jaden Ledee. Just 8 points with 6 minutes left. It's 2 of 10 from the field.
Just saw Caleb Boone's numbers, referenced Keelan's a minute ago. So UNLV has the 7-point lead. Ledee in traffic. Heard a whistle, but that's because the ball went out of bounds. No foul. 17 to shoot.
Coach Dutcher put 2 hands up. He thought there was enough contact there to warrant a foul. He went right to high-low action for Ledee as soon as he checks into the game.
Keelan with 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Rodriguez hounding Butler. Parrish, deep three, rattles it in. Wow. He's shooting a career low 31% from distance this year, but he hits a huge one to put San Diego State within 4. Thomas all alone in the backcourt, bumped by Ledee, and that is the 3rd on the San Diego State star, not to mention team's 8th, so the 1-and-1.
Here's Thomas, and that's Ledee. Even though he doesn't like the call, Ledee is riding Thomas with his left hand. That's an easy hand check call for the referee. Thomas can sell it too. You need to bounce off of Ledee. That's how you sell the call.
San Diego State, 4 players with 3 fouls. Have to be careful in the game's last 6 minutes. Front end, Thomas has missed a handful of free throws in this one. Now 3 for 7 from the line.
And he's 10th in the Mountain West in free throw shooting. Shoots over 75% from the line. Good help by Whaley to allow Rodriguez to recover.
Ledee, double vision. Fires to the corner. Waters saves it. Ledee with 3. Spins. Pushes. Whistle. And it's a defensive foul. That was such a big dramatic moment in this game and what Randy Richardson would call. You see the elbows going up from Ledee, but they call the defensive foul. The officials signal they'll go to the monitor. What do you see here?
Now, is this a basketball play from Ledee or a non-basketball play from Ledee? With those elbows going up. Watch the spin right there. To me, it doesn't look intentional. I understand live why a lot of the fans at the Thomas and Mack were upset. But to me, Ledee is making a basketball play because he's bringing the ball up high as the spin move happens. If he brings it low, it's probably going to be a deflection or a steal.
Now, they called that foul on Keelan Boone, to remember as they take a look. Keelan was a second defender. You see him towards the right of the screen. This is where they called the foul on UNLV's number 20. So is this one of those where you could call the foul on Keelan Boone, but then a post-play flagrant on Jaden Ledee?
That's correct. So if this gets upgraded on Ledee to a flagrant 1, the defensive foul still counts, but you would also get a flagrant 1 foul. Common foul.
Common foul is the indication from the referees, so nothing extra, just a foul on Boone.
And the referees looked at the basketball play that was made there. And there you can see Ledee and Whaley actually talking about it. Whaley goes, don't worry about it. I really felt like Ledee was making a basketball play because you had to spin high there. If you spin low, the ball might be getting stolen. What a steal by Ledee.
And that time it's a foul that will head to the line.
He's mentioned the early work. It's just relentless of Ledee working in the post. A good duck in and seal. And the other thing that he doesn't get enough credit for, Ledee catches everything. Everything. You throw it anywhere close to him, he's going to give you a good position, a good target, and he's catching every single pass that comes his way.
So a body like that, and he catches everything. Think of some of the former power forwards in college basketball that turned into tight ends.
No question about it. I mean, he is built like an all-pro linebacker, but he has the feet of a featherweight boxer.
And he has the touch at the line to pull San Diego State within 2. And Ledee in this game, 9 points. Make it 10 after the free throw. 2 for 11 from the floor. UNLV's done a great job on him, making it difficult. Speaking of difficult, How did that go? DJ Thomas.
0 passes on that possession. That was just all D-Don Thomas being better than you.
Then they get it to Ladie.
He's open.
They create himself. Turnaround fade. That one didn't have a chance when it left his hands.
Yeah, way too flat. Not enough arc.
UNLV has won 9 of their last 10. Their loss in that stretch was a game where they led with 4 minutes left against Nevada at home, but allowed a 14-4 run to end it. Thomas, bullseye! He has 15 for UNLV. Parrish fouled before those steps flying to the rim. It's on Thomas, but this shot was by Thomas. Deadly from distance. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Coming up next, we take you coast to coast for the latest hardwood news and insights as the road to the Final Four continues on Inside College Basketball here on CBS Sports Network. Yeah, here in Vegas, you're going to root for whoever you want. Mountain West standings, these teams neck and neck with Nevada, all 11-5, even one game back of first place. Nevada leading Boise State by 13 in the second half of that game in Boise. So a lot for Brent Stover, Roy Hibbert, John Rothstein, Gary Barris to talk about. In fact, my favorite listen this time of year is the Inside College Basketball podcast, really any time of year.
No question about it. Yeah, Gary Parrish, Matt Norlander, and you get Parrish, arguing why his 25-1 is the best rankings in the country.
Got to have the M1 too. That makes it special. Ladie fouled right off the inbounds. And the potential player of the year in the Mountain West led to the free throw line. Whaley called for his third foul. It's UNLV 6. San Diego State, they have 18 fouls, so the 1-and-1 on the other side. Ladie, 74% from the line.
And free throws are absolutely gold for San Diego State. When you're down, 3:30 left, free throws act as many timeouts for Coach Dutcher. You get to set up your full court press on makes, and you look up and UNLV, the next foul is 7 fouls, which means you don't have to settle for anything contested. Get to the rim, get back to the free throw line, and extend this 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
The ball in the hands of the true freshman, reclassified, just 18 years old, Deon Thomas. Draws the switch, has Jaden Ledee sticking him. On the other side, you have Caleb Boone in the post, defended by the smaller Trammell. Make that Butler defending. 3 to shoot, Boone, no, and Butler goes low for the rebound. Slow to get up. The officials pause play to make sure Lamont Butler is okay.
Excellent job between Parrish and Butler of walling up without fouling. It's something that they work on every single practice, and you can see how that left knee got banged just a little bit by Caleb Boone. Hard to find tougher player than Lamont Butler, I can tell you that right now.
The guy who has hit a bigger shot in his career. Remember, he had that game winner against FAU in the Final Four. Parrish bumped. Wow, he finishes tough against Whaley.
As the good defensive possession on that previous play, walling up, and gets the tough as nails finish.
One possession game, 2:25 left. Thomas navigates the screen, eyes up, looks back. Rodriguez, 3 and D, this time attacking, and gets fouled. He'll head to the free throw line, hammer to the ground.
Micah Parrish is a lefty. He wants to drive left. Have to know that from a scouting report standpoint, but that is a tough as nails finish from Parrish. Smart play too. Easily could have been an and one. Enough contact to warrant a foul.
The foul's on Trammell, his second, team's 9th. Rodriguez, 77% from the line. It's been a tough go for Ledee, about as difficult as he's had to work all conference season, just 2 for 12 shooting.
UNLV has changed up how they've guarded him. They've doubled him on the catch. They doubled him waiting for him to dribble once. There's been triple teams. You have to throw great scores, different looks, so they'll carve you up.
Senior night crowd wearing white on their feet. Parrish cuts, layup, no, Ledee tap back, won't fall, but he's bumped. UNLV thought he was hanging on the rim, but instead Caleb Boone called for his third.
I didn't see much there on the follow-up dunk. Maybe a little bit on the left arm. Not much there, Chris.
Ledee 8 of 10 from the line. Best he can do is make it a 4-point game.
And if you're Deon Thomas of UNLV, you should expect the full court press.
Misses both. Rebound loose. Thomas vacuums. Timeout UNLV. Kevin Kruger, third-year head coach. The best stretch of UNLV basketball in his time. Trying to put an exclamation point.
Do you think it's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries?
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be a, what was it, Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Paprika?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Chris Lewis, Mike O'Donnell here in Vegas. Now, Mike, you've talked about how Ledee has had to work hard in the changes of defenses from UNLV to make it really tough for the potential All-American.
Yeah, most all of his points have come from the free throw line. 8 of 12 from the free throw line, just 2 of 12 from the field. Every shot has been contested. Almost every single time he's touched the ball, he's been double teamed. That's what you have to do when you play against an All-American like Jaden Ledee. It's the only way to slow him down.
So how should UNLV approach this possession here, a 5-point lead?
So it needs way more ball movement. The ball has just stayed in Deon Thomas's hands, and there hasn't been enough ball movement for my liking We're getting multiple ball screens up here. No reason why you can't attack the rim. Here's the mismatch. Thomas and Ledee.
Thomas zooms, bumped, off glass, no. And Bird flies. San Diego State possession. Pick and pop, Saunders, Rainbow, strong. Bird taps the board. Butler, big shot, Butler. 2-point game, 1:08 left. And right now, Saunders, the concern, he's still down. Lamont Butler has a flair for the big shot. But Saunders, who missed the three, still down.
Nobody touches Saunders, but he's grabbing his calf. And you hope it's just a cramp.
Oh, can't really see him to extend it to get up and walk back. And I mean, Saunders, such an important piece for how San Diego State spreads the floor at the 4 position. At 6'8", his shooting ability vital down the stretch of this game.
I actually think defensively he's been just as good offensively. Yes, he's hit 4 threes, but he's got 2 blocks. I think he's been great on the defensive end. And as you can see, he's favoring his right leg. If it was a cramp, the thing you have to realize is it just takes some time. You just have to wait. There's nothing you can do about it. Boone doesn't touch him, but he grabs his right calf immediately when he goes down. Excuse me, his left calf.
So Jay Powell is the San Diego State player who checks in. Try to stretch out the sophomore forward from Phoenix. San Diego State and Jerry Palm's latest projected bracket, a 3 seed. They're playing for seeding. UNLV, perhaps the hottest team in a stacked Mountain West.
Can you keep the ball out of Dedan Thomas's hands? Butler's trying to deny him right now.
Under a minute to play.
You know the ball screen's going to come.
Tipped, Butler, who just hit the big shot, registers a dynamic steal and finishes in traffic to tie it up. 58 all, 44.6 left. Can they get it in? Rodriguez pokes Bird to the deck, into the hands of Caleb Boone. He calls timeouts. With 40 seconds left, tied at 58. Lamont Butler is taking over.
Lamont Butler has been consistently one of the best perimeter defenders in the nation. Period. Does not get enough credit. And then look at the poke. Sprinting back in defensive transition, Miles Bird makes a huge play to slow down Rodriguez in transition. The press bothered UNLV in the first half, and it is bothering them again late in the second half.
Quick game reset. San Diego State 9 team fouls, UNLV 7. Aztecs with a couple of timeouts left, UNLV with 1. You can see Lamont Butler, 10 points, a monster in this second half. Now it's UNLV ball here. San Diego State played the 2-for-1 as well. They should have a potential last look unless UNLV elects to go fast here. Doesn't look like they'll go with that.
They won't.
Boone screens. They get the switch with Powell.
You got the ISO. Here's the play right here. What does Thomas do?
Freshman resets. Thomas between the legs, step back. He got the switch he wanted. 18.6 left. UNLV leads by 2.
Gonna get a quick timeout here.
Scoop it up. Timeout, San Diego State. Dedan Thomas Jr., ice in his veins. There is nothing that rattles this guy.
We are witnessing a star in the making. Dedan Thomas, they get the switch. ISO, between the legs, step back jumper, cold as ice. Dedan Thomas, that is, wow. All kinds of awesome from the freshman. Textbook step back, Jay. Woo. Man. What a game.
I mean, you get memories of some of those classic shots in the month of March. Those mid-range step backs where the guard has it on a string, and you have a feeling this guy who's just 18 years old, the Nevada Gatorade Player of the Year, who probably should be getting ready for his prom, reclassified. And instead, on a team filled with veterans, old UNLV team, they put the ball into the hands of the freshman game in and game out, and he comes through.
So 17.5 seconds left for San Diego State coming out of this timeout. Elijah Saunders has checked in. He's been their best three-point shooter and their most consistent three-point shooter in this game. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to use him as a decoy to get Ledee in ISO situation in the low post. Ledee's a good free throw shooter. He's been hard to stop at getting to the free throw line. Why not go to your All-American in this moment?
Got neither team with fouls to give.
Both UNLV and San Diego State both have one timeout left.
Trammell off the inbounds. Parrish for three, blocked. Keelan Boone got a piece. Keelan Boone rebounds. Deon Thomas with 6 seconds. Finally fouled. A lot of talk about the freshman, but it's the senior that gets another block shot.
San Diego State ran an elevator screen for Parrish, and this is an incredible closeout and block shot by Keelan Boone on senior night. What a play.
6.5 left, shooting 2 here.
Can't believe this kid's a freshman. I cannot believe that he is a freshman.
Timeout called. UNLV, which is interesting with the shooter Thomas at the stripe. Got a free throw here would make it a 2-possession game. Thomas in this game, though, has struggled from the free throw line. Just 4 for 8.
Elevator screen for Parrish, who fakes leaking out. You can see the double screen close, but just Boone reads it perfectly and finishes out with a great closeout, and he jumps to the side of Parrish to avoid the foul. High-level IQ defensive play from Keelan Boone.
Team that is second in the Mountain West in block shots. Double-digit blocks in this game, 10.
There's something to think about for UNLV. Make or miss, San Diego State needs a 3. Do you foul with 4 seconds left, up 3 or up 4, to try to play the odds? They're going to change that now. 6.5 seconds left on the clock for San Diego State. If UNLV doesn't foul right away, make or miss with this free throw, here's your internal clock if you're a guard or any player who gets the rebound. Each dribble is 1 second off the clock. So you got about 5.5 dribbles before you have to take a shot.
Well, this free throw, the pressing matter first for Thomas, does make it a 4-point game. 6.5 to go. Trammell, 3-ball. No, Rodriguez knocked away, that does it. UNLV continues their magical run. Exclamation point by knocking off San Diego State, 62-58. They've won 10 of their last 11. And currently in 3rd place in the Mountain West standings.
San Diego State's head coach Brian Dutcher said it, and I'm saying it. There's not a team in the country that wants to play UNLV right now.
San Diego State drops to 11-6 in conference. UNLV now 7 8-2 in their last 9 against ranked teams. That is their 4th ranked win of the season. That wraps it up here from the Thomas and Mack Center. For Mike O'Donnell, I'm Chris Lewis. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. UNLV gets the W at home against San Diego State. Now let's go to Brent Stover in our New York studio.
Chris, Mike, well done. John Rothstein is right there. Gary Parrish, Roy Hibbert, I'm Brent Stover. 30 minutes of Inside College Basketball coming up. John, UNLV, they can't get to the bubble, right? They're going to have to win the Mountain West tournament. But this is a team that's won 10 of 11. Nobody wants to face them right now.
What does this conference not deliver? You have the great start by Colorado State in November and December. We think that that's the flagship program this year in the Mountain West. Not so fast, Roy Hibbert. We've got a situation now where you've got 6 teams in the mix, but the 7th team, UNLV, is the hottest team in the conference. Roy, this is not the Big East, but we got the Mountain West. It's 1:16 in the morning. We're going delirious because if UNLV wins the Mountain West Conference tournament, we could be looking at a 7-bid league.
Yeah, obviously, you know, San Diego State lost this game. I want to touch on them a little bit first. San Diego State, I feel like, had a tough go. Ladie was shooting, he had 10 points. I think he was 2 for 12 or 2 for 13. I feel like he shot that poorly because Trammell and Butler did not shoot well from the field. So that allows UNLV to, like, sit in the paint and muck it up. So he had to take fadeaway contested shots. But at the same time, I don't want to take anything away from UNLV. Defensively, they did their job. They held San Diego State to 28% from the field. Caleb Boone had a big block. I know about blocks. He had a big block right there.
Mellow!
Yeah, for sure. And then Thomas Jr., he is a young player that's doing really well. I thought that they were playing to not lose the game before he hit that big shot, but he definitely played above his age and above his average to help his team win.
Caleb Boone was awesome, but man, the hero in the end, Didon Thomas, he scores 19, hits the game winner.
It was really impressive from him, and just this whole string of games from UNLV. We were joking on the Eye on College Basketball podcast, new episode coming tomorrow morning, by the way, earlier in the week, about how every year this heading into the Mountain West Conference tournament, somebody, and I'm guilty of this myself, will say, remember, UNLV's at home and they could be a factor. They're almost never a factor, but they can be in this one.
Yeah.
The 6 teams right now projected to make the NCAA tournament out of the Mountain West. Just to touch on UNLV, they're in the 80s in the net. They've got multiple quad 4 losses. They can't get there. But are they good enough right now to not only win the Mountain West Conference tournament, but if they get into the NCAA tournament, win games there? Yes, they are playing as well as anybody else in the league.
What about San Diego State, John?
You know, you're in a road situation. You're playing against a really hot team. I don't take any less out of this from San Diego State, to think anything less of them on a neutral court. San Diego State's going to be fine. You have Butler. You have Ladie. To me, the bottom line at the end of the day for San Diego State, what are they going to get out of Reese Waters in the postseason? This is a guy you remember was the Pac-12 six-man of the year last year at USC. To me, that's the wild card to watch moving forward into obviously the Mountain West tournament and the NCAA tournament.
It is 1:18 a.m. Eastern. Where would you rather be? There's still a game going. Let's update you on Nevada and Boise State. 37.2 on the clock. 37.3 to be exact. Nevada 75, Boise State 64. If this score holds up, as we'll show you the standings now, if Nevada wins, Utah State is going to end the night in sole possession of first in the Mountain West, and it would create a 3-way tie for second between UNLV, Boise State, and Nevada. But that has to update, obviously, pending the end result. So, it's a lot to make it combust. You keep talking about this is the most anticipated Mountain West tournament ever, and we've got the quarters and semis here on CBS Sports Network. The final will be on CBS. If UNLV does, this thing could get to 7. You just said it. You may combust, John, if this happens.
It's very possible, especially this time of year. But I think we need to look at this. If New Mexico can take care of business tomorrow night against Fresno State and beat Utah State on Saturday in Logan, which would be clearly a quad 1 victory, New Mexico cements itself, in my opinion, in the NCAA tournament with another quad 1 win and a win at Utah State. If that happens and UNLV runs the table in Vegas next week, the Mountain West will be a 7-bid league. And, like, here's the thing. We can talk about volume and numbers and all that stuff. It's not a different league like the SEC where there's 14 teams. It would be 7 out of 11 for a non-power conference league. And watching the game tonight, as we all did, San Diego State is the team that everybody, I think, agrees is the team that's built the most for the NCAA tournament. UNLV controlled the game. Now, San Diego State came back. Credit to them, valiant effort. UNLV was in a situation where it controlled the game. And look, as we have all been here and done multiple March Madnesses together, the one resonating factor of a team that has a chance to get hot this time of year, and we've seen it throughout the years, Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier, all those great guards. The key is having a great lead guard. UNLV has a great lead guard in D-Don Thomas, and I know he's playing in the Mountain West, but this player was highly touted, highly recruited, 5-star prospect, reclassified to play at UNLV. They have the requisites of a team that has a good point guard. They have experience up front because they've added all these transfers from high major conferences. Sin City is starting to sizzle, and as we look big picture right now, let's remember this. UNLV has not been in the NCAA tournament since 2013 when they had a player named Anthony Bennett.
How much longer could you go if you had to?
Right now?
Could you go to 2 a.m.?
I mean, it depends what's required. If you guys needed me to go till 2 and I could give my thoughts on, what Vermont and John Becker are doing in the America East and that streak, we could get into it.
In fairness to Rothstein, you're throwing him under the bus a little bit. We are in a stretch situation. He's just doing his job.
Yeah.
I love it. Nobody's better at it. You're close, though, GP. You're able to throw the note. Nevada did win that game.
You want something on Irvine or no?
Irvine. Oh, wow. He's talking to Russ Turner.
That's right.
Inside College